everybody, this is your Coach Andrea Dickerson here with IOwnADaycare.com. If you've been following me over the last few weeks, I've been talking about some incredible women who are doing incredible things in the industry of childcare. So if you are someone that's struggling to stay afloat, thinking about quitting, and you're maybe thinking about quitting just as a family provider, I want you to listen up and give this video a thumbs up because today I'm going to motivate and inspire you and talk to you about a phenomenal woman who was in your shoes. Or if you are a childcare business owner and you are in a family location and things are scaling back instead of scaling up for you, things aren't as plenteous as it has been before. You're not making the type of money you always wanted to make. And now you're like, should I quit? Should I just let this go? Listen, let me tell you guys about a lady by the name of Londa Armstrong. I remember about 2 years ago, we have a child care prayer line. And on our prayer line, we pray Monday through Friday at 5:30 in the morning. And on this prayer line, she kept expressing that, guys, I need you to pray for me. I'm thinking about getting out of child care. I'm taking a class. I'm going back into nursing. So, she was juggling these few things as she was in the process of disbelief, like, everything that she had built over years was no longer the same. She had parents that may start 1 week and then, a month out, they have to disenroll. And so things were really unpredictable and money was funny at this place in her journey. And I remember her giving a testimony. She said, Coach, I could barely make a $470 car note. And I'm pretty sure those of you that's watching right now can really relate when there's moments in your journey where you are out of sync, you're out of place, and it seems like everything around you is drying up, and you're trying to figure out, what am I supposed to do? And so she was trying to figure it out. But the first thing that her mind told her was to go and get a job. And it's really hard going from a CEO to working for someone if you were truly assigned to have the next level. But sometimes we miss it. Sometimes we aren't listening. Sometimes we aren't paying attention and we're not focused. And so instead of her quitting and instead of me agreeing with her to quit, we just continued to pray and we continued to speak life. And so she showed up every single weekend on my prayer line. I would like to think that I've had something to do with her decision to continue on because we pray, we have daily confession, and we speak life. And so there were many words of knowledge that would come forth from me to her. And those words of knowledge would be words of motivation and inspiration. And then just the way that God allows us to break down the word during our prayer call, it gives you the biblical understanding for business and success as well. And so we started going through that process. And guys, I tell you the truth, and she'll tell you herself. So one day she got in contact with me and she said, Coach, I want to get into the Blueprint course. And I was like, okay. And so now the Blueprint is our Jumpstart School of Systems. And she said that she was going to open up a child care center. She sent us photos and we was like, yeah. And the community that we have is second to none, guys. So you had some child care owners that were seeing her different things so that she could put in her center. And those were owners that were in our network, okay, in our Child Care Boss network. And so they were sending her things and money was just coming to her. Opportunities for her to shift and go to the next level was coming. And a door opened up through her ministry. Oh my gosh. Well, I don't think it was her ministry. It was just a church. And a door opened up for her to run a childcare business from the church. When she said yes and went forth with running her childcare business through the church, she implemented the Blueprint systems, and in 5 weeks, she was full in enrollment. And I'm talking about during a pandemic. I'm not talking about post-pandemic. I'm talking about during the pandemic. And then she walked by faith because of the mindset shift. Went in on a car lot, bought her a brand new car. Now, here's somebody that was struggling to pay $470 in a car note. But now she's buying a Mercedes-Benz G 450. Come on now. That is nothing small. and she's running a child care center. And guess what, guys? She's still in the blueprint course. She re-enrolled to the next level, and now she's looking for her second location. Now, I tell these stories, and I know that it will be so much different if you can hear from them, and you will. Matter of fact, I think her testimonial is here on my page. But what I wanted to do was to just speak life to you, because maybe you are at the place where you feel like quitting, you feel like this is it, you feel like you don't want to do this no more. And I'm sure that you feel that way because it's time to shift. You know, after you've been doing the same thing, waiting for the moment to say, I have arrived, I have completed my work, I've completed my task, and this is the dream fulfilled. If you've worked so long and you have not seen that, that is because it's now time for that portion of the dream to dissolve so that you can escape and go to the next level, the next dream. What is the real big dream that's in you? What's the biggest idea in you? What's the biggest dream? What's the biggest child care goal that you can pursue that will literally blow your mind? That is what we're doing in our Jumpstart School of Systems. We're setting dreams that will really blow our minds, because it's no time for playing small. We only live once. And no doesn't mean that all your other dreams won't come true. That just means this door is not opening for me right now. So don't be afraid of a no. Don't be afraid of letting 5 kids go so that you could get 50, so that you could get 150. And that's what we told her. Don't be afraid of the growth. Don't be afraid of the growth. And that's the only thing that's hindering you. You're afraid of growing. You're afraid of what it looked like when you turn the corner. Now, why am I able to say that? Because I too was in your shoes. It was time to grow, and it was like nothing I did on that level where I was comfortable was working anymore. That's when I knew it's time to shift. So hey, guess what? Check us out, jumpstartschoolofsystems.com. I couldn't even think of my own name. Jumpstartschoolofsystems.com. Check us out, because maybe it's time for you to level up, become a part of a community, and have some different type of results, put in some different type of work, gain a different type of skill set that will help you shift and go to the next level. All right, as I always say, if you manage the childcare business that you love, you will love the childcare business that you manage. Bye, you guys.